Woo. It doesn't look like I got anybody in my chat right meow, but I'm gonna need just a second to get some stuff set up. I gotta get my game set up. Oh, I'm feeling the effects of last night, man. I tried to be all sweet to the girlfriend. Got her rose petal flowers leading into a bubble bath with all the amenities, snacks, stuff like that. So I was up kind of late. It was worth it though. I guess it was kind of worth it. So, is everybody glad it's Friday? I know I am. Jack, if that's you that's joined, I just got my 1000th MS. I am now at 1K even. In case that's not you, I'm sending you a picture. Alright, guys. Let's get this silly thing set up. Ready to run. Scenario. And do some quick arena attacks. I'm only going to be on until 5 today. I'm going to get off at 5. I've got a few things I got to do here around the house. I got to get stuff situated for tomorrow. I've got a lot of stuff I've got to sell. On that note, I will be having my Facebook on today for messages. I am up to 52 listings on Facebook for Marketplace. And since I'm not making any money doing this yet, because Twitch requires all kinds of stuff, um, I'll be having to get all that situated. As well as I should be receiving a computer case today, and I will start the build um, probably tomorrow. I'll get it all together today, and I'll start the build tomorrow. I got an Asus 309 Z309 Plus board I'm going to put in it. Takes a 9th gen Intel. Um, I don't really have a whole lot of graphics cards just laying around, but I got one kind of chilling. It's a NVIDIA GeForce. Hopefully today will be a nice easy day. All right, guys. Let's get this going. Let's get started. It's 1 o'clock now. I got about 4 hours I can dive into this today with. So let's start. Extend. There we go. When a client wants to authenticate to a network use. That's a definition. products. There are three parties involved.
Client wants to authenticate to a network using 802.1x. There are three parties involved. The client device is what we call the supplicant. It's sometimes
There we go. Now it's set up. Let's use up some energy. To the software running on the client machine. To the software running on the client machine that handles the authentication process. That handles ELs, LES, the authentication process for the user. Authentication process for user.
Sometimes also used to refer to the software running on the client machine that handles the authentication process for the user. The open source Linux utility WPA supplicant is one of those.
The open SOURCE Linux utility WPA
Is one of those. The supplicant communicates with the authenticator.
which acts as a gatekeeper for the network.
which acts as a sort of gatekeeper for the network. It
It requires clients to successfully two C's successfully two L's. I hope. Good deal. Authenticate to the network before to the network before they're allowed to communicate with the network. I hate writing that low. Only 39. Let's bounce out. Let's grab some energy from all my level ups. Well, Cabal Bomber's about to be done. Thank goodness. I'm tired of dealing with him.
requires clients to successfully authenticate to the network before they're allowed to communicate with the network. This is usually an
Quit leaning. No wonder your shoulder's messed up. Is usually an enterprise switch. Or an access point in the case of wireless networks.
enterprise switch or an access point in the case of wireless networks. It's
That makes the authentication decision.
important to call out that while the supplicant communicates with the authenticator, it's not actually the authenticator that makes the authentication decision. The
The authenticator acts like a go-between. Acts like go space between. Yeah, like a go-between. For E? No. Words. Forwards the authentication request. To the authentication server. To the authentication server. It's important to call out that while this communicates with the authenticator, it's not actually the authenticator. Authenticator acts go between forwards authentication request authentication server. Boy, you're moving slow. Did I not collect? No, it's definitely there. Nobody's in my chat, it doesn't matter. What's going on? What are you trying to tell me? What? Oh yeah, that reminds me. While I'm here, shop, ancient coins, isn't there? There's not LDs. Glory, I already got it all in Glory. I did not get it in World Arena. Guild, I got it in Guild. Okay, there was another option to get other 10 monster storage shield shrine. I got plenty of those guys. JoJo's. Let's eat some JoJo's. I can make more of those. What does Durham mean? Alright, let's keep rolling. I got 3 more attacks.
authenticator acts like a go-between and forwards the authentication request to the authentication server. That's
Durham means Google. Oh, are you telling me to Google? Oh, not Durham wheat. Hard? Oh, are you trying to tell me you're hard, Sticky? That is a hard kebab. That's where the actual credential verification. Where the actual.
where the actual credential verification and authentication occurs. The authentication server is usually a radius server. EAP
The authentication server is usually a radio server. Authentication server is usually a radius server. I love it when it puts it right here, right in the middle. EAP dash TLS. Those guys leveled up at the same time. That's good. I don't think I have any runes on them, so let's go you. Does Brownie have runes? It does. Let's go you. EAP that uses TLS. That uses TLS to provide mutual authentication. To provide mutual authentication. I forgot to ask you, Stiggy, did your team win?
TLS is an authentication type supported by EIP that uses TLS to provide mutual authentication of both the client and the authenticating server. This is
This is con. Oh, did I screw it up already? No. Considered ED. One of the more secure configurations. The more secure configurations for wireless security. For wireless security. I have not, Peter. How's it going? And greetings to you as well. Sorry. I'm having kind of a rough morning. I uh I worked entirely too hard yesterday. My friend Officer Weishauer dropped by a whole pallet of stuff that he wants me to sell for him that he bought on this website called Dollar Bid, and I had to unload all of it. It was a lot. Ended up trying to cut part of my finger off. I don't know if you can see that or not. But no, I haven't seen the debate. What's going on with it? Stiggy, my friend, are you still here?
considered one of the more secure configurations for wireless security. So it's definitely possible that you'll encounter this authentication.
Oh no, you can bother me all you want. I was just giving you a background. I have a tendency of info dumping. You just have to excuse me. That's the whole point of me streaming. Come bother me.
Type in your IT career. Like with many of these protocols, understanding how it works can help you if you need to troubleshoot. You might remember from course
You might remember from course 4 that HTTPS is a combination of the hypertext is a combination of hypertext transfer protocol, transfer protocol, HTTP with SSL, TLS, TLS cryptographic protocols. Cryptographic protocols. When TLS is implemented for HTTPS traffic, it specifies a client. Oh, let's get it down there.
before that HTTPS is a combination of the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, with SSL TLS cryptographic protocols. When TLS
When TLS is implemented, HTTPS traffic, it specifies a client certificate as an optional factor for authentication. As an optional factor? Crap, lost it. There it is. Factor of authentication of authentication. How's the presidential debate going, Peter? I guess more specifically, is Trump winning? That's who I want to win. I'm not allowed to vote, but I want Trump to win.
is implemented for HTTPS traffic, it specifies a client certificate as an optional factor of authentication. Similarly,
That's a big one. I won't have. I don't know. No. Similarly, most EAP TLS implementations. EAP TLS implementations require client-side certificates. Is there a dash there?
most EAP TLS implementations require client-side certificates. Authentication can be certificate-based,
that's signed by the authenticating CA.
which requires a client to present a valid certificate that's signed by the authenticating CA, or
Or client can use a certificate in conjunction. Can use a certificate in conjunction. Conjunction with a username password with a username password. Oh, I lost it. And even a second factor of authentication. Second factor of authentication. Lost it. Like a OTP. Like comma? No. Like a OTP. Time password.
a client can use a certificate in conjunction with a username, password, and even a second factor of authentication, like a one time password. The security
Said it came with three things, but I've only wrote down one. So if it came with three principles, this part. Here we go. When a client wants to authenticate to a network, hold on. But we'll take a closer look at EAP TLSs since it's one of the more common and secure EAP methods. When a client wants to authenticate to a network using 802.1x, there are three parties involved. The client device, oh, the authenticator, that right there. The authentication server, unless it's down here. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna write it down. All I have to do today is just write the security of EAP TLS stems from the inherent security. Stems from the coherent security that the TLS protocol security that the TLS protocol and PKI provide. And PKI provide.
Of EAP TLS stems from the inherent security that the TLS protocol and PKI provide. That also means
That the pitfalls are the same. Does he say that?
means that the pitfalls
Yep. When it comes to when it comes to properly managing PKI elements. Properly managing
are the same when it comes to properly managing PKI elements. You have
you have to safeguard private keys. And ensure
to safeguard private keys appropriately and ensure distribution of the CA certificate to client devices to allow verification of the server side. And even
I feel like that's another part. Let's get you up some. Even more Secure configuration. Secure configuration for EAP.TLS would be to bind the client side, would be to bind the client side certificates, bind client side certificates to the client platforms using TPM to the client platforms using TPMs.
More secure configuration for EAP TLS would be to bind the client-side certificates to the client platforms using TPMs. This
This would prevent theft of the certificate from client machines.
would prevent theft of the certificates from client machines. When you
When you combine this with FDE, this with FDE, even theft of a computer would prevent compromise.
combine this with FDE, even theft of a computer would prevent compromise of the network. We're covering a lot of complex processes right now, so feel free to watch this video again so that the material really sinks in. Keep in mind, as an IT support specialist, you don't need to know every single step-by-step detail here. Knowing what these processes are and how they work can be very beneficial while troubleshooting and evaluating infrastructure security.
Can it be? Can it be? Can it really be, though? Oh, it's already 2 o'clock. All right, let's find out which one of those this was, so I can mark them in my dang book. All right. I don't understand that. That's the authentication server. Where did I put that one at? All right, there's the three. Really? All right, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go pee pee. think that was my second run. Let's do Necropolis now. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just over here coloring. It helps me identify where I'm at in my pages. Otherwise, I just keep flipping around. So I make it big and bold. Each new chapter in this, I make big and bold. Kind of helps me see it a little bit better, especially when I'm flipping through, taking a test, trying to figure out what answers what. Because let's face it, they're giving me a whole lot of information on a subject that I know very little about. I don't know how to troubleshoot. When it came to cryptography, I thought cryptography was hacker stuff. I didn't realize that even something as simple as Facebook is implementing cryptography. I was always just under the impression it was hacker information. You had to be real good at writing code to know anything about cryptography, cryptographic messages, stuff like that. It's a whole new world. There we go. Coloring complete. That's my design this time. And that will alert me when I've made it to this part of the chapter. Go away.
Hey, welcome back. In the last lesson, we cover network hardware hardening security measures, which you should be aware of as an IT support specialist. Now, we're going to shift to network software hardening techniques. Just like
But there's where I start. So it's actually a 4-minute, 15-second long video. Or 11-second. That's what I thought. The very next one, 7, 6, 6. These are all long videos. I'm supposed to be done with this. And down here, wireless security. Down here, 2 days ago.
with network hardware hardening, it's important for you to know how to implement network software hardening, which includes things like firewalls, proxies, and VPNs. These security software solutions solutions will play an important role in securing networks and their traffic for your organization. Like we mentioned before, firewalls are critical to securing a network. They can be deployed as dedicated network infrastructure devices, which regulate the flow of traffic for a whole network. They can
minute in and I'm already ready to quit. Oh,
It can also be host based as software that runs on a client system, providing protection for that one host only. It's generally recommended to deploy both solutions.
quit. I feel like that whole next line goes into one sentence.
A
If I
host based firewall provides protection for mobile devices, such as a laptop that could be used in an untrusted, potentially malicious environment, like an airport Wi Fi hotspot. Host
down to one viewer. All right. internal network.
Base firewalls are also useful for protecting other hosts from being compromised by a corrupt device on the internal network. That's something
May not be able to help defend against. To help defend ED. Crap. Let's write that down.
something a network-based firewall may not be able to help defend against. You will almost definitely
You will almost definitely encounter host-based firewalls since all major operating systems OSs have built-in ones today. Have built-in ones today. I don't know why I put that back there. Alright guys, I'm gonna hop up and get my, no I'm not, let's write this last sentence down. Let's take it all the way to 3.
encounter host-based firewalls, since all major operating systems have built-in ones today. It's also very likely that
That your company will. Kind of network based firewall router at home even has a network based firewall built in.
That your company will have some kind of network-based firewall. Your router at home even has a network-based firewall built in. VPNs are also recommended to provide secure access to internal resources for mobile or roaming users. We won't go back over all the details, but here's a quick rundown. VPNs are commonly used to provide secure remote access and link two networks securely. Let's say we have two offices located in buildings that are on opposite sides of town. We want to create one unified network that would let users in each location seamlessly connect to devices and services in either location. We could use a site-to-site VPN to link these two offices. To the people in the offices, everything would just work. They'd be able to connect to a service hosted in the other office without any specific configuration. Using a VPN tunnel, all traffic between the two offices can be secured using encryption. This lets the two remote networks join each other seamlessly. This way, clients on one network can access devices on the other without requiring them to individually connect to a VPN service. Usually, the same infrastructure.
Usually the same infrastructure can be used to allow remote access VPN services for individual clients that require access to internal resources while out of the office. So they're using the same thing like hardening? Or they're just talking the same infrastructure on both the to VPN link or the tunnel? It doesn't matter, I'm writing it down. Usually the same infrastructure can be used. Infrastructure can be used to allow remote access. To allow remote access. VPN services for individual clients. For and is it I? Yeah. IVIDUAL. What? For individual clients that require access to internal resources. Access to internal resources while out of the office. While out of the office. Oh, there's an E there. Oops. Proxies can. Okay.
Can be used to allow remote access VPN services for individual clients that require access to internal resources while out of the office.
I feel like I need to ether through linking linking the network, linking the network, you'll have to give me a minute, or through tunneling. For the people in my chat right now, I'm poor and I'm trying to sell stuff on Marketplace. So I need to check this out. Roger. For what? Oh, water hose. Alright, I'm gonna go get my food together. Nobody's talking, so. This is gonna be my last meal. My goal is to knock out this, read the next, take a test, Watch that stupid video and then I'm done. It should take me till 5. I dropped it everywhere. Oh, cool. Motherfucker. Dang it. I cussed again. Alright. Anybody got anything to say? It's been kind of boring. There we go. I got some stuff posted. Now maybe somebody will come in my chat and talk with me. I don't ever have any good luck with those. I'm not spending points to get it done either. There's 20. So I should have something complete. What the heck? I'm at 36. So at 40 I get. Oh, that's neat. Rage Rune, give me speed. No speed. Let's see what you do. Crit damage and resistance. What? finish doing all this stupid stuff. Alright, let's get at it. Oh, we lost a viewer. Who'd we lose? According to this, nobody. Okay. Stiggy's still in. He must be busy. Stiggy, whenever you finally get a chance to hear me talk, how'd your football team perform? Did they do good? Did they do bad? Alright, where was I? Alright.
Proxies can be really useful to protect client devices and their traffic.
Is that right? bit further back. To protect client devices. And their traffic. I don't know what's going on with my eyes. My face. I'm just not feeling good today, is what it is. That's what's going on.
Proxies can be really useful to protect client devices and their traffic. They also provide
They also provide secure remote access. Without using a VPN. Let's go like that. I've got the red pen in my hand. Who cares? To protect client devices and their traffic. Oh, I was just about to respond back to you. I'm gonna do it anyways. How you doing, Hex? Thank you for coming to join me. I've been quite lonely. Stiggy was here long enough to tell me hard kebab, and I think Peter misunderstood me. So like everybody said a few sentences and then just left. What all have you been busy doing today?
secure remote access without using a VPN. A standard
Can be configured for. Were the bad words said to them or in your head? I'll be right back while you type that out. It just hit me. I gotta go pee. Oh, smart, smart. Don't lose your job. Hey, I'll be done with this, assuming I can get back on track. I'm 2 days behind. I'll be done with this July 15th, assuming I can get back on track. I will be applying for your job on July 15th, assuming I'm back on track. Not for your job. You know what I meant, though. I can't do your job. I don't want to mess with money. I'll be done with this on the 15th and applying there. Wish me cuck. I meant luck. I don't even know what the heck a cuck could be. Slang for a D-bag or something? I don't know. I think I'm going to do my LD summoning Sunday, by the way. Sunday night. Because I'm afraid I might wake up late Monday and forget about it. Oh. This allows web traffic.
Standard web proxy can be configured for client devices. This allows.
Are you? Who do you have for your LDs? This allows web traffic to be proxied. Web traffic to be
Web traffic to be proxied through a proxy.
proxied. Proxied. I don't know how to spell proxied. Thanks, guys, for screwing that up. Through. Yeah, Maxi is pretty fire. I stumbled across. I'm in 121 now. I've quit going to 125, basically because all the nudes in there they just keep causing problems. But I ran across a Maxi the other day while I was sharing mine that had a much better violence set than mine, and everybody was sharing theirs. This, that, and the other. One dude had like all accuracy, all crit rate, a lot of speed, and high HP and no attack. But that one violent that came across was 200 shy of my attack on rage, which is 1900. He was 200 shy of my attack with 90 something percent crit rate, 180% crit damage, and 151 plus speed. Mine was only 131. That dude was moving, son. On a violence, and he had a couple K worth of, I say a couple means two. He probably had somewhere around like 11 or 12K. I remember seeing 5 digits. It was fire, man. I think I like channel 131. I may be staying in, or 121. I may be staying in there. Proxy through. Uh, well, at least until Ryan and his nonsense quit. Me and Jester got into it the other day. I forgot to tell you that. Just flat out insulting me and then told me I'm the one that's salty. I gave him a piece of my mind. Nah, you're fine. Men fight all the time. He decided he wanted to be a smart ass to me and I wasn't having it that day. I wasn't even talking to him to begin with, and all he wants to say is your Maxi's slow. He's not slow for what I use him for. Still slow. Well, fuck off, Gesture. Yeah, he was just getting under my skin that day. And with all the attacks from nudes every time I turn around, I'm just done with it.
Proxy server that we control for lots of purposes. This configuration
Did you call him your SW husband? You know, he makes quite a bit of money doing what he does. If you guys get along like that, maybe he might be an option. Not saying, use men for what they're worth, but he's got a good job. He's got a good job. He's in good shape. Aside from his attitude, I think he's a good choice for you. But most men with an attitude don't cop an attitude with the woman they're interested. At least I wouldn't. I wouldn't cop an attitude with the woman I'm interested in. That's stupid. Requests of client device. Devices. Yeah, he probably won't. Most aggressive men are only aggressive because they've had to fight for it. They've had to fight for the right to be peaceful, so they keep it through aggression. When it comes to a woman, we turn into a whole different creature. We revert back to I say we, they do, in my observation.
Can be used for logging web requests of client devices. The devices can
Why is that? I can't tell how that goes. Let's do it this way. This configuration can be used for logging web requests for client devices. The devices can be used for logs and traffic analysis and forensic investigation. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. I have too much of an attitude. I speak my mind. I'm independent. There's a whole freaking list of things. Being independent is a problem. When you get into a relationship, you don't need a strong, independent black woman. You need somebody who's willing to buckle down and do what's right for the relationship. Strong, independent people aren't those people. But that's okay. You're in healing right now, so you take your time. You do you, or at least for a conventional biblical relationship, you can't be independent. You have to rely on the man, and the man has to rely on you. Dang it. Traffic analysis. Ain't no wise, sis. That's essentially what I want in one of my relationships. The next one I get in, I'm gonna be pretty particular about, especially after this whole thing. I thought I'm gonna stop there. Um, that's essentially what I've been looking for. I need a woman who's willing to just let go of the reins and allow me to take charge. No matter where I lead us, I will be leading us towards prosperity in my mind. I'm not going to lead us towards damnation if I know better. I'll be trying to go towards prosperity, but finding a woman that would just simply allow me to lead us and listen to me is very hard. Okay. Well, I just got a hit on a garden hose. Asked if I'd sell a garden hose for $15 instead of 20. Sure, Luke told me to throw it away, so it's all mine.
can be used for logs and traffic analysis and forensic investigation. The
Let's do it this way. Line, line. The proxy server can be 2 block content. Used to block content that might be malicious. When I went to the bathroom just then, I noticed that my thermostat said it was 73 degrees in here. It's been set on 70 since last night. If it doesn't get any cooler, I am going to start stripping clothing, aka going and changing my shirt just against or just against company policy. She goes, yes. Is it vain of somebody to check themselves out in the mirror every time they pass it?
Proxy server can be configured to block content that might be malicious, dangerous, or just against company policy.
So let me ask you, do you check yourself out in the mirror every time you pass the mirror? I thought so. So it might not be it might not be the conceited thing. Um, I'm just noticing. Uh, Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I'm noticing women check themselves out in every mirror they pass. I said conceited. I might have said vain first. Me and Jack had a whole philosophical conversation about what I feel is the contributing factor to most people's personality as they get older through through my experiences in life and what I've noticed from people once they've opened up to me. My thoughts behind it, your happy nature is directly correlated with how much crap you've had to endure. So the people that are always happy all the time, they're the ones that's had to go through the most. And the people that are always angry, like they're just walking around like a stick's up their butt all the time, you can just feel it flowing from them. Or people that haven't had to do a whole lot of survival to get by. And I think the softening of the raising of rather the adult child, it doesn't matter. I think the softening of the raising of that individual is what causes them to lash out. Do you have any thoughts on that? Oh, your thought is okay. Fair enough. Jack had a whole different um, theory about it, which if you ever bring it up to him, I'll let him be the one to tell you. But it kind of correlated with my ideas, with just a little bit of a twist. Something along the lines of he thinks good people can do bad things and still be good. I think it depends where your heart's at. Like one of the main reasons why I see one of the main reasons why I think this way is because I've seen so many nice people have nothing, be at the lowest of the low. I mean, barely scraping by to survive, and you can just offer them a cigarette and it's made their day. Something that you used to be able to just go to the store and buy for 25 cents. I could find that walking down the road. I have found that walking down the road.
A reverse proxy can be configured to allow secure remote access to web based services without requiring a VPN. Now,
Why do I keep tilting? You may, oops, need to configure for maintain. Heck yeah. Uh, reverse proxy service as an alternative to VPN. No, never apologize for giving me word vomit. I love it. Just me as an example. I've been through some crappy stuff and almost. I always prefer the long drug out ones over a short answer. That will always be a preferred method for me. The more information I can get, the better I'll understand what you're trying to say. No, I agree with you. I do something similar, but I think that's just because I have a forgiving nature. I don't want people to be bad. I want them to be good. So when I meet somebody and they do something bad after like a couple days, I see them acting good again. I just chalk it up to, well, it was just a bad day. Everybody has bad days. Sometimes I have days that are so bad that I literally wake up homicidal and I have to go back to bed. I wake up with the urge to hurt people and I have to go back to bed. So I always just chalk that up as just it's just a bad day. They'll be different. And whenever they do that, just periodically and then go back to normal, it just reassures me that yeah, it was just a bad day. And then they go and do it again.
now, as an IT support specialist, you may need to configure or maintain a reverse proxy service as an alternative to VPN. By configuring
I'm almost done. By configuring a reverse proxy. the edge of your network. Inside the network. Damn it. Inside the network. Coming from outside or enter.
A reverse proxy at the edge of your network. Connection requests to services inside the network coming from outside are intercepted
Intercepted by the reverse proxy.
by the reverse proxy. They're then
With the reverse proxy. Acting as a relay. Guess what I get to do today when we get done streaming, Hex?
forwarded onto the internal service, with the reverse proxy acting as a relay. This
I get to fix a home air purifier. It's one of the things that Luke bought, and as soon as we plugged it in and turned it on, I heard it humming, but it wouldn't move. It's a Honeywell, and it's worth quite a bit of money with like brand new parts in it. Fix it up and sell it. The remote client outside the network. And the internal service.
bridges communications between the remote client outside the network and the internal service. This
It sure is. It's going to be fun breaking it because that's what I'm going to have to do. This proxy setup can be secured. Set up can be secured even more by requiring even more by requiring, did I get it right? What? The use of client TLS certificates of client TLS certificates. Yes. Along with username and password authentication. Along with username and password. Yeah. And password authentication. Authentication.
proxy setup can be secured even more by requiring the use of client TLS certificates, along with username and password authentication.
Is that right? Specific ACLs. ACLs can also be configured on the reverse reverse cowgirl to restrict, is that a T? Access even more. Lots of popular proxy solutions support a reverse proxy solutions support reverse cowgirl configuration like H A. Oops. Let's do it this way. Like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. H A P proxy N GINX Apache web server. What in the butt? Meow. I'm doing that. I'm gonna need that in just a minute. All right, Hexy, I'm gonna get up and pee one more time, then we're gonna take some tests. Juice ready?
Specific ACLs can also be configured on the reverse proxy to restrict access even more. Lots of popular proxy solutions support a reverse proxy configuration, like Ha Proxy, Nginx, and even the Apache web
I called it. I did it like they just did. I knew it was gonna go like that.
server.
All right, I gotta hop up real quick and pee. All right, before we dive into this, I gotta check my 30 run. B24. Oh, well, if you get crit rate, you might be usable. You got resistance instead. This is why I hate rune farming so much. You left me with like, ooh, I'm gonna keep you. Ooh, okay. You left me with like 50 something million. All I've been doing is rune farming. I've only leveled up like a couple people and their runes. I am I am down to 37. I can't even believe I managed to do that. That's just powering up runes. My requirement for runes right now is speed. What that means is the substat has to have speed in it. I'm looking for like say an attack mod. I'm looking for attack, crit damage, attack with substats of speed that get him into plus 130s or her, whoever it is. So I can put like crit rate and stuff in other places, or I can get crit rate and stuff in other places. So it's working. Slowly but surely, it's working. Oh, shoot. Well, that's a whole bunch that I'm just not going to understand. I am not going to read that. What the frack, dude. Oh, let's get it all. I have a goal in mind today, Hex, of getting the practice test after this done, and then just calling it a day. What the heck? Not looking at it. Yeah. Plus, I was up kind of late last night. Um, I tried to be all romantic and stuff because I was feeling kind of lonely yesterday. And I asked Tiffany to come home early and cuddle with me because she felt bad. I told her to come home and cuddle with me, get off work early, come home. So I got stuff ready for her. I was up till probably 9:30 before she got home. That's not early. That's her normal time. Had rose petals through both hall entryways into the bathroom. Had her a bubble bath ran with salts in it. Had rose petals and a rose and veggie straws and a drink and some other things set on the table for her to enjoy while she was in there, washcloth and on this, that, and the other. So I was up kind of late getting all that stuff together. I'm not doing it, guys. I should have took a picture of it and sent it to you before I vacuumed it all up. You would have liked it. I thought it was worth it, but it's left me less than today. You can actually kind of see the dip in my eye where I lost so much sleep too many days in a row. Let's see how much I actually got last night. I bet it's somewhere around the lines of 6. Oh, according to this, I got 7. Feels like 6. Whatever. I didn't get it, but we're going to go ahead and move forward. I'm ready to be done. Why is normalizing log data important in a centralized logging setup? It's difficult to analyze abnormal logs. Is that really it? I don't think so. Right. It's brute force. I got 7 questions. What does dynamic ARP inspection? That's the rogue one. No, it's ARP poisoning attacks. I think it's brute force though. I think it's brute force. All right, let's go back and confirm these. Oh, let's see. I'm right here. Yeah. So network hardening best practices. Flood guards provide protection against DOS or denial of service attacks. Against DOS? Okay. So that was one I already had wrong. Alright. Why is normalizing log data important in a centralized logging setup? What was my... I think that's... So it was my first choice. Analyzing logs, the practice of collecting logs from different networks and sometimes client devices on your network, then performing an automated analysis on them. This will highlight potential intrusion, signs of malware infections, or atypical behavior. Wait a minute. Normalizing log data is an important step since logs from different devices and systems may not be formatted in a common way. Dang it! It was right. What type of attack does a flood guard protect against? DOS attacks. It's not a DDoS, it's a DOS attack. Already found that. I seen it just a minute ago. What was that? Flood guard. Flood guard provide protection against DOS or denial of service attacks. Not DDoS. That's a whole bunch of people doing DOS attacks. They're two different things. What does DHCP snooping do? Splunk. Wait a minute. To protect against rogue DHCP server attacks, Enterprise switches off a feature called DHCP snooping. A switch that has DHCP snooping will monitor DHCP traffic being sent across it. It will also track IP assignments and map them to hosts connected to switch ports. This basically builds a map of assigned IP addresses to physical switch ports. This information can then be used to protect against IP spoofing and ARP poisoning attacks. So dynamic ARP protects against ARP poisoning and IP, right? You better flip or I'm gonna rip you out. That's dynamic ARP inspection. That's not right. So now I have to prevent IP source guard protects against spoofing. To prevent spoofing attacks, IP source guard can be enabled. It was spoofing. I missed that one. Now I have to find dynamic. Where the heck is dynamic? Oh, here we go. Dynamic ARP inspections protect against ARP poisoning attacks. So it's not ARP poisoning. Is it rogue? I don't understand what I wrote here. Let's talk about another form of network hardware hardening, dynamic ARP inspection. ARP allows for layer 2 man-in-the-middle attacks because of the unauthenticated nature of ARP. It allows attackers to forge an ARP response advertising its MAC address. Yeah, I get it. This type of ARP response is called gratuitous ARP response since it effectively answers a query that no one made. I don't see man in the middle. I see ARP poisoning. This is talking about man in the middle. I don't freaking know, man. I'm going with ARP poisoning. I'm going with poisoning. Okay. Yeah, it says one-time passwords. Both network-based and host-based. I just wrote that down. I think that's right. God darn it. I swear if it's man in the middle. Oh, it says check all that apply. Well, I failed that one. Straight up missed that one. DHCP snooping. I'm gonna go rogue DHCP server attacks. It's username and passwords then. Or is it digital certificates? Man, I messed that one up. DHCP snooping, I screwed up. Mutual authentication and network based and host based. Well, let's retry it. I'm gonna go rogue. I still missed one. It's not man in the middle? Flood guard. So flood? Sin flood? Was that just me being stupid? I should have known better. A sin flood is kind of like a DDoS attack. It is a DOS attack, actually. Oh, man. Is sin flood DOS attack? Dang it, man. No wonder I messed that up. A sin flood is a DOS attack. You can tell I'm tired.
So a particular obstacle, a very personal obstacle of mine that I've kind of been dealing with most of my life is I have a speech impediment. I have a slight stutter, and that's something that I've really tried to deal with most of my life. And being in an IT support specialist role,
Thank you,
where you're
X.
dealing with customers face to face, you're interacting with strangers every day and having to talk to them. It's something that I've struggled with and definitely had to really make an effort to overcome. I think that was a big driving force behind me getting involved in the training is, with someone with a stutter, public speaking is absolutely terrifying. And putting myself in that position to just, I have to do this, was a great way to challenge myself to kind of build my confidence and become more able to speak in public.
Cool. Web. Alright, Hex. I'm 30 minutes early, but I am done. Actually, let me check this ding. Oh, it was Tiffany. Yep, I'm done. I'm gonna get to working on this stuff. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to play with my hands and just sit still and do something. Something that doesn't require any brain power. Thank you for joining me for the last hour, Hex. I appreciate it. I was getting kind of lonely in here. I'll hit you up later. I'm getting together a small surprise for you. You'll be receiving two packages. One will be a package that I told you about already. and the other one is going to be a homemade gift. I look forward to you opening them. Have a great day, Hex. I'll catch you later. Bye, everybody else.